our young ladies from Hart High School, Sasha Berry and Julia Redwine. Hart really getting it together here over the last couple weeks and leapfrogging and bouncing back up those rankings. They are projected to move on rather easily there, but South Pasadena, your top seed, taking care of business. They are your first squad with 5 across, and as we said, the aforementioned there, Hart High School, out of that really tough Foothill League. Right now, they currently run second. San Marcos now coming across with 5 girls. They are in third. Heat 1 continues to work their way closer to the finish line. We'll reflect back to Heat 2 and tell you what's going on there as well. At South Pasadena, Hart, San Marcos, Roland, and Thousand Oaks. And now Shadow Hills looking for their 5th girl to cross that 2-mile mark. And there she is. She just crossed, and now that bounces Shadow Hills from 6th up to 4th place there at the 2-mile mark. And right now, our top 6 squads, they have distanced themselves pretty good away from everybody else, but that battle for that 5th automatic spot, only 4 points. 4 points separating 5th and 6th, Roland and Thousand Oaks. So that's Abigail Arrington. She now goes onto the airstrip, looking back, talking to her teammate, Byrne, kind of bringing her along so the two of them can reconvene here as they get onto the airstrip. And Osorio keeping pace with those two. Osorio looking to pinch her ticket here as an individual representing West Covina High School. Washburn of Burroughs High School out of Ridgecrest now onto the airstrip. And Audrey Heath of Capistrano Valley looking to qualify as an individual there as well. So right now, things starting to heat up here with Arrington starting to approach the track and making sure her teammate stays right there with her. And going back to that 2-mile mark, our top 6 squads remain South Pasadena, Hart, San Marcos, Shadow Hills, Roland, and Thousand Oaks. But that gap between Roland and Thousand Oaks, only 2 points. 2 points separating those 2 squads there for that 5th automatic qualifying spot. And here comes Arrington and Byrne. 2 seniors representing those Tigers of South Pasadena. Top-ranked squad coming into the action here for Division III. But not too far behind them in those rankings is Santa Margarita, and Santa Margarita on the course right now in Heat 2. Osorio of West Covina, a really comfortable gap there, about 100 meters ahead of 4th place. And 4th place now going on the track there, that is Eve Washburn of Burroughs out of Ridgecrest, the fine junior, with Heath of Capistrano Valley trying to keep pace and keep her in contact and secure a top 8 finish here and qualify as an individual. Our 2 Lady Tigers from South Pasadena making it look relatively easily. Again, Arrington rolled to a 16:57 on this same course last month. And right now kind of tempoing this one, and they're going to come through in the low 18s. Very impressive performance here. A 1-2 punch at 18:07. South Pasadena, again, will secure their spot as a team onto the finals next week. Osorio coming across the line there representing West Covina. She's at 18:17. Washburn and Heath. That's Maggie De La Rionda of Thousand Oaks with about 200 meters to go. She's looking for a top 8 finish there in case her girls squad is on the outside. But right now, they're in that top 6 spots. Washburn coming across there at 18:28. So you can check that, 18:40. So Heath will qualify as an individual. Capistrano Valley, 18:44. And De La Rionda leading her group, the Lancers of Thousand Oaks here. She'll be coming across there at 19:12. Huge finish here at the end. And again, every point counts. Every point counts here. As we told you, that only 2 points separating 5th and 6th place there. Check that, 4 points now for that 5th automatic spot. Huge rush there from Tamburo of Agora at the end to go 19:21. Red Wine of Heart at 19:21. Ruby Avila of Shadow Hills at 19:28. So South Pasadena still the only squad with 5 across right now. Okay. And now reflecting back to Heat 2, our leaders now towards the very top of Switchback. Speaking of those leaders, the 9th grader from Monrovia at 5:45 through the mile mark, Isla Terrill. Annie Ivarsson of Dana Hill, state meet athlete from years past there. She comes through at 5:45. Serenity Fausto, she really impressed as an individual here at the Mount Sac Invitational earlier last month. Santa Fe High School coming through at 5:46. Jaqueline Soto of North Torrance coming through at 5:50. Moore Park, Jenna Murray and Kaylee White coming through at 5:56. So Santa Margarita and Fullerton, the 2 squads there with 5. So Fausto of Santa Fe, they're now coming down back to the stadium there. Terrill of Monrovia and Ivarsson of Dana Hills. Those 3 running right beside each other, all trying to move on as individuals, perhaps. And right now, so right now, looking at those team scores here for Heat number 1, South Pasadena, as advertised, and easily cruising into the final. Hart High School, San Marcos, Roland, Shadow Hills, right now currently tied for those 4th and 5th spots, and just 11 points ahead of Thousand Oaks for that 6th spot. Thousand Oaks coming in at 1:02:39, 1:42:39 there as their actual team time. So we'll have to keep track of that. And Arroyo, eyes there, Arroyo at 7th place there with the 168. And they're showing there for the young Lady Knights there. The Thousand Oaks right now in that 6th spot. Kind of a dubious spot to say the least, though, but you're right there in the running. And now we got to compare their team time to these next couple heats. So Ivarsson of Dana Hills, Fausto of Santa Fe High School, and Terrill of Monrovia High School, and the fastest freshman at the Mount Sac Invitational a month ago. Those three churning their way up the saddle, and then they'll be making their way to the backside of Reservoir, and then we'll get a split there at the 2 mile. So going back to that 1 mile mark there, Santa Margarita, those Lady Eagles, currently ranked number 2 in Division III. They're putting on a show right now. They're big advantage here, about 54 points ahead of Simi Valley, Fullerton, Moore Park, Pacifica of Garden Grove currently coming to the action, ranked 5th, and Monrovia and Esperanza. So a lot of teams in play here coming through that mile mark, but Santa Margarita packing up and solidifying some good spots there with only 47 points at the mile mark ahead of Simi Valley, who sits at 101. So our leaders come through at 12:13. Fausto of Santa Fe right there. Isla Terrill. Meanwhile, Alahna Thomas moving up very well there from the first to the second mile, representing Santa Margarita. She's comfortably right there in 4th place at 12:32. Jaqueline Soto of North Torrance coming through at 12:40. Kaylee White leading her teammate Jenna Murray, both representing Moore Park at 12:46 and 12:52. And momentarily we'll start to get our first team with 5 across. Should be Santa Margarita. But again, that race was wide open at the mile mark. We'll get a little more clarity here at the 2 mile mark. And again, as advertised, Santa Margarita, your first team with 5 across there for the 2 mile. And our final section here of Division III. Again, top 5 teams will move on. That 6th place team will look at that team time to make them the 16th team to move on. And of course, anybody finishing in the top 8 on non-qualifying teams will also be given a spot on the line for next week's Southern Section Finals. So going back to Heat 2, Division III girls, Santa Margarita and dominating in control, but Simi Valley and Monrovia. Monrovia moving up 3 spots there from the 1 mile mark. La Mirada now also throwing their hat into the ring along with Fullerton, Moore Park, and Pacifica out of Garden Grove. Currently ranked 5th overall in the division, but sitting in 7th with less than a mile to go. So it is completely wide open. Only about 25 points separating teams 3 through 7 over this last mile. Speaking of the last mile, our leaders coming through here, Serenity Fausto of Santa Fe continue to do the pace setting along with Terrill of Monrovia, Ivarsson of Dana Hills looking to qualify as an individual. onto the track. This is Terrill. So Terrill, the 9th grader out of Monrovia, motoring onto the track here. Fausto keeping pace. These two are going to be right now going to right around 18 flat, maybe a little north of 18, but very fine efforts here. The two young ladies here in Heat 2, Division III girls. Ivarsson of Dana Hills right there in 3rd place. Miss Alahna Thomas of Santa Margarita are to close that gap there on Ivarsson, but Ivarsson comfortably in that top 8 right now will qualify as an individual. Terrill of Monrovia, she'll be our first across, about 18:13. Very nice effort there. Fausto of Santa Fe looking to qualify as an individual, 18:18. And again, this race. And so Ivarsson coming across there from Dana Hills, 18:48. Thomas very comfortably there at 18:40. Kaylee White of Moore Park, Jenna Murray. Elise Jordan. Jaqueline Soto of North Torrance, very nice race there, 19:09. Lauren Gutierrez of La Mirada, 19:31. Jenna Murray of Moore Park, 19:34. Elise Jordan and Taryn Colston, Santa Margarita. So the Eagles putting 3 in the top 10. So Santa Margarita, first team with 5 across, and now keeping our eyes on the edge of our seats here because, again, those last 4 spots completely wide open. Of course, we'll be looking at that 6th place squad as well. Absolutely taking control here. 5:34. She is all by herself. Those of you in the stadium right now, you can see Summer Wilson from Irvine High School. She's now down below the stadium and not backing off on the throttle whatsoever. Very impressive performance here about halfway through the race here for Wilson, the junior out of Irvine High School. She had 11-second advantage there over Francini of Calabasas, Salem of West Torrance, but that 11-second advantage is actually going to be more. Wilson has completely opened up the show here. Meanwhile, Perez of Oak Park leading the way there. And going back to our team scores here for Heat 2. Simi Valley with 5, Fullerton in that 5th spot. Meanwhile, Moore Park right now currently sitting 7 points behind Fullerton for that 6th spot. They come in at a time of 1:43.58. That will be just a little off of what we saw in that first heat. Thousand Oaks, of course, they ran 112, and Moore Park at 113. So Thousand Oaks would hold the advantage right now. And Summer Wilson on the crossover, 9:08. This will be one of the fastest performances on the week we've seen so far, and probably especially today. But Wilson, the junior, her first time getting on the new course, so we'll see what she can do here going up the saddle. And And Francini of Calabasas looking to move on as an individual. She'll be going over the crossover right now at 9:44. So great shape right. So going back to Heat 2, Santa Margarita, Simi Valley, La Mirada, Monrovia, Fullerton, and Moore Park will be in that 6th spot. But again, Thousand Oaks ran a faster team time in that previous heat. So it'll all come down to this final heat here to surprise our 16 teams that will be on the line for next week's finals. Saddle, and now coming upon the 2-mile mark. And Summer Wilson again putting a clinic on right now and looking very impressive here. 27 there for Miss Wilson at the 2-mile mark. So in our third and final section here of the Division III girls, Wilson looking to qualify as an individual. Francini, who's second place right now from Calabasas, also looking there. And of course our group from Oak Park. Going back to team scores there at the 1-mile mark. Oak Park with a 5-point advantage over Yorba Linda. Canyon of Canyon Country at 92. Red Lindsay's Valley at 100. In 5th place, South Torrance, but only 3 points ahead of West Torrance, so 117 to 120, and that was at the 1-mile mark. So our young ladies now approaching the 2-mile mark. We'll get a little more clarity that first mile. Salima West Torrance, 12:34. Robluski and Olivia Reed representing Yorba Linda, one of the top-ranked squads in Division III. So Summer Wilson, wow, 11:25 officially.